have ignition, 2, 1, 0. We have a liftoff. We have a liftoff, and it's lighting up the area. It's just like daylight here at Kennedy Space Center as the Saturn V is moving off the pad.
May the spirit of peace in which we came be reflected in the lives of all mankind.
I remember at a really young age, I was afraid of drowning in my own bedroom because the Philippines is one of the most climate vulnerable countries in the world, and we experience a lot of super typhoons.
Afghans are still facing more and more restrictions every single day. I want to be a voice of protest against the silence of the world through my artworks.
Young people, we are quite mad about not being heard. We feel like the government is not really listening to what we have to say.
I'm Leona, I'm 30 years old. I studied medicine in Germany, then later on joined my first rotation on board of a Sea-Watch rescue ship as part of the medical team. No one deserves to die at sea.
Almost every Sudanese person I know has been glued to their phones and their TV or computer screen since fighting broke out. I'm 32 years old this year. And if you're 10 years younger or so, the Sudan that you know is so far different from the Sudan that I knew as a baby and very far away from what our parents knew.
I guess people are interested in what I have to say because my mother was killed in the October 7th attacks. My mother is Vivian Silva.
Peace is possible, and you know that already.
I don't think the reality of what's happened has set in for anybody who has any personal attachment to Gaza.
Air pollution is such a thing in Colombia. You just cannot breathe. With a group of friends, we decided to create a giant pair of cotton lungs and put it in the middle of one of the busiest public transport stations in Bogota.
We started making travel a vehicle for peace, and we did something that some thought was crazy in the beginning, putting an Israeli and a Palestinian tour guides together for 10 days on a tour where people get to hear from both perspectives.
I think it behooves us not just as Jews, but as Americans, to speak out on issues that we feel affect us personally. And when we see people dying, whether it be innocent Israelis or innocent Palestinians, it causes us grief. And viewing that grief and that pain as a shared point of understanding, I think does the most to actually further the conversation.
In Ukraine, you have 2,000 schools more or less destroyed. Why are you not printing building? The school we printed in 40 hours.
I can do something today. I don't have to wait until I graduate. I don't have to wait until I have a job. I don't have to wait until I'm an adult to be an activist.
Anyone can go talk to their neighbors, to listen, and to spread a little bit of light.